Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a figure that's taken me a while to actually get round to doing, and it is the live action How to Train Your Dragon Ultimate Plasma Blast Toothless. This figure came out with the live action film, so it was one of those like release toys, but it's taken me a while to get around to reviewing it. I got this for Christmas, so it has been sat in its box since Christmas basically, but he still works, so his batteries haven't died, so I can actually fully show you what he does. So let's head on over to the review table and crack him out of the packaging. So here we are. Here is the big boy himself, and as usual we'll take a quick look at the packaging before we break him out of his box. So I'm going to actually just move the camera around for this because it's a big box. The artwork on the front of the box is amazing. I love this image of Toothless. Look at the detail on his wings, you can see all the veins and stuff. But weirdly enough, this design of him, in the animated films at least, this design of him, so glowing blue and having the double row of spines on his back, this is how to Train Your Dragon 2 when he's about to become the alpha. So I don't know why he's got the double row of spines on the box. And then we've got the design that just carries on around the side, and then in the back it shows you the figure basically. On this side, How to Train Your Dragon, and on the top we've got the logo and the romantic flight bit basically. So this looks like he's going to be a pain in the ass to get out, so I'm going to pause the recording, unbox him, and then I'll come back to do the actual review. Well, here he is out of the box, and he is pretty big. Luckily, I already have somewhere in mind to keep him, but bear in mind, if you're getting him, he is a big boy. But I'm going to start off with the one thing I don't like, and that is the way the tail is. Because as you can see, the tail arches down, so his back legs don't actually touch the floor. I need to find some way of weighing the tail down to bend it into that position. So I'm going to have to look into some really heavy books. Might have to try and find a copy of Encyclopedia Britannica for that. Or probably a whole uncut version of the Bible. Maybe. The wings are a very nice, soft, bendy material, as most of the live-action movie toys have had these type of wings, which means if you pick them up, you can flap the wings. If you're playing with him and want him to fly, you can flap the wings, which is nice. Detail-wise, let me bring him around. I'm going to actually tuck his wings in. It's part of a play feature, but I'm going to tuck his wings in just so I can actually get him closer to the camera. His head, if you look at him without seeing the teeth, he looks nice. As soon as you see the teeth, he looks goofy. And that is part of the play feature. We'll stop that. So yeah, he looks goofy, but at the same time he looks really cool. So if I just open the mouth without activating the action feature, the inside of his mouth is done rather nicely. We do have the roof of the mouth done as well. That little circle there you can see is a light for his plasma blast. And his teeth are painted really nicely. They are painted. They're not like the new Jurassic World figures where they're a separate piece. They are painted, so these could chip going forward. The eyes, I don't think they're painted. I believe that's a print. Like it's a print for the eyes, so they won't fade or anything. Going down, we do have things here for Hiccup to be able to sit on him. Sit on his back. I'm surprised we didn't actually get a Hiccup figure with him that's like made for this one. Because with this style of Toothless for the original How to Train Your Dragon, I believe it was called Fire Breathing Night Fury. So it's another basically a big Toothless like this. It did actually come with a Hiccup figure to sit on it. The Hiccup that it came with was just pre-sculpted to be sitting on it, so it had no articulation, but it was sculpted to sit perfectly on that figure. I would have loved it if we got one for this figure as well. Like, not bothered about articulation, but just a nicely sculpted Hiccup figure to sit on his back. So we've got the wings. There we go. So we've got his saddle quite nicely right on his neck. That does not look comfortable for Toothless. I'm pretty sure the original saddle was like here, like actually on his back rather than on his neck, because that is going to be a lot of weight on the neck. But we've got the thing that goes all the way down his tail. So we've got the straps that go all the way down to the tail, and then we have the tail fin, which in itself is also really big, the tail fin. This is also like a sort of, not as rubbery as the wings, but it's like a soft bendable plastic. So bending it into place for it to be able to stand properly shouldn't be an issue. The base of the tail fins are solid, they're not going to move. So they are sculpted to be up like that, which is weird because if you want them to fly, you need the fins out, like these tail fins are. You need these to be out as well. So, I don't know. He's currently switched off, which is why he hasn't made any noises. But I'm going to turn him on. So O is off, 1 is try me, 2 is on. So I'm going to turn him on. And then he has a button on his back. So if you press the button, his wings pop open. Hold on, let me move the camera up. So you press the button, his wings pop open. And he also makes noises. Because when you press the button, he also moves his head. And his mouth lights up. Excuse me? There you go. Oh, he's run out of... It must be he's run out of shots. There we go. You're gonna focus on his face, camera, please. Camera, please focus on his face. Thank you. That is pretty cool. I do think that is meant to be him running out of shots, so if I just turn him off and on again. No, it just doesn't wanna. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, he does the fire plasma blast. There we go, that's the noise I wanted. So if you press it and release it rather than... So you press and hold. It like gives up. Whereas if you press and release... So yeah, if you have it so his mouth is shut... He does like the full sound effect. Which is weird. So he does the sound effects for breathing the fire plasma blast. When you do it so his neck snaps back up and his mouth's shut, I think he should do that when if it's a click and hold, if it's a press and hold, so his mouth stays open, then I believe that's the one where it should do the full sound effect. Because, you know, his mouth's open to breathe the fire. Whereas, if you do it that way, that's when it does the full sound effect, when his mouth's shut. which is strange. There we go. So the way the sound effects work is a bit odd, I will admit. But it's a cool figure. I'm going to turn him back off, just so he doesn't make any more sounds. He does have some wings, go away. So he does also have some articulation in his legs as well. So his front legs can go back and forth, as can his back legs. So if you wanted to have him sat, like, lying down, looking cute, you can do. And stuff like that. But I think for flying purposes, either front, forward, back, back, or both sets of legs back, I think is best for flying. But he's a really cool figure, and I'm glad I got him. Like I said, I got him for Christmas, but I do believe around the time that it was purchased, they had like a 3 for 2 purely on How to Train Your Dragon toys. So I got this, I got the puppet, the Toothless, the animatronic Toothless puppet, and the interactive Toothless, basically the interactive pet Toothless. I might review the puppet and the interactive one, but they're maybes at the moment. I mainly just wanted to do this one. But yes, so while he's turned off, this is when you've been seeing those videos online of him mouthing along to, you know, songs and stuff. So now I have this one, I could probably do my own versions of that, and I'm gonna have fun with it. But anyway, that is all I can really say about this figure. It's a really cool figure. If you want a good... It's a good Toothless toy. If you want a good Toothless toy that is big and it makes sounds and all that, I honestly highly recommend going for this one. If you're not bothered about the sounds and also don't really have anywhere to keep one this big, then the small ones that are like £10-15 are perfectly fine as well. Because as you've been seeing on my channel, I have reviewed those small ones as well, with more to come, because I still have the Zippleback and the twins to review, and Gronkle and Fish Legs. And then for the single packed dragons, I've still got the Rumblehorn and the Skrill to review. Those will come at some point. I'm in no great rush to review those ones. I keep putting them in my schedule, and then other things come out that, you know, take priority over reviewing those figures, so I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye!